Hey, what's up YouTube? It's your boy C's back at y'all with another video. And on this video on Spiritual Discussion 16, I want to talk about the African spiritual system. And I'm pretty sure a lot of you guys probably like, what is the African spiritual system? And I'm going to explain to you each and every portion of that. And also, I'm going to talk about pretty much 3 different topics, which goes into the whole creation, how creation is a part of us, and the process of, well, being born and death. And before I get into all that, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button right down here at the bottom right, and also give me a thumbs up to show your boy some love. All right, you guys ready? Here we go. All right, first things first, let's talk about the Africans, the way how they look at the whole concept of God. God is not in a sense of what you would think in most major religions. God is more of a force. God is just what is. You know, God is basically what is the creation of everything. The creation of the universe, the creation of clusters, galaxies, and from clusters to galaxies, to the stars, the planets, to nature, to us. You know, everything in existence is infused with energy. And where does all that energy come from? All the energy comes from God. God is the creator of everything. I mean, we know that. But a lot of people always get the misconceptions that God is a person. God is not a person. God is a force. And God is one. Everything is one when they're all said and done. Because I know a lot of people say, you know, things like this, for example, you know, what they taught us in school. 2 plus 2 equals 1. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Or they'll say something like 1 plus 1 equals 2. That's what I mean to say. I'm sorry about that, guys. But anyway, yeah, 1 plus 1 equals 2. That's incorrect. The real answer is 1 plus 1 always going to equal 1. The reason why is because everything in the universe is all infused into one being, which is who? The Almighty, God, the force. So anyway, let me break it down. Just like I said before, pretty much the co-creator, the energy is God, and God created the universe. And from the universe, it created clusters. And from clusters, it created a galaxy, and so on and so forth, just like I already explained. Just like us right now here on Earth, how is we connected with this type of energy and what's going on with the current state of the world? Let me explain. The planet, in a sense, before it was called Earth, you know, Earth had a lot of names, you know, but I know one in particular, which they actually call the Earth Gaia. Yeah, I know some of you guys probably like, you know, that's as old as me or older, probably like, Gaia, really? Captain Planet, you know, that cartoon or whatever. But anyway, back on track here. So basically, what the planet does, because of our decision making and what kind of, I guess, relationship that we have with this planet, it pretty much has like a, I guess you could say like an intelligence where what's going on here communicates what's with here in the universe. So in other words, all the good and bad or whatever the current state of the planet is communicating with the force, which is God, the universe, whatever you want to call it. And what that does is it's actually infusing different types of information, which is good or negative or whatever, and it's going out into the universe. And that's why sometimes I tell people, be careful about what you think or say. Even the Bible says something about that. You can speak life and death into the tongue. So it's pretty much just like with that force, you got to be very careful about what you do and what you say. So that's how we as humans is connected as our spirit, which is energy. Even though we got these avatar bodies that we got from our parents, when we had like a incarnation, I ain't say reincarnation, I say incarnation. And I'm gonna explain the difference between incarnation and reincarnation. So when we had our incarnation, basically when you choose on the other side what like level of choices and things that you're gonna go through, no matter if it's good, bad, the ugly, you're gonna go through it. Everything that you choose has a ladder. It's a balance. In ancient Egypt, they call it, which, as you see on my shirt right here, this right here is Ma'at. Ma'at is basically part of half of that scale of balance, which has a lot to do with justice, creation, etc. Pretty much everything that's good, order. And then you got Ishvet. Ishvet is the opposite of what Ma'at is, which is anti-Ma'at. And what anti-Ma'at is basically when you're talking about injustice, disorder, disharmony. And as we learn in nature, those two things have a constant battle with each other. And we know this, even just like with us as humans, we have a constant battle every day when it comes to those type of things. Because when it's all said and done, when we go through trials and tribulations on this earth, it's all part of being part of a lesson or something that you learn. Don't always look at life as everything's just got to be completely good. Everything's got to be, perfect or whatever. Ain't no such thing as that. The only thing that happens with our souls is that constant balance with the good and the bad. You got to have both. And while you have both of those things, they're in a constant battle with each other. I mean, it's kind of like what they said when it came down to the ancient Egyptians. You had, during the daytime, they actually called that, that was like the light, good. And then when nighttime comes, that's when, evil, bad. You get it? Just like when it come down to the opposites of the sexes of people, you got female and then you got male. It's balance between the two, because if you have a female, you gotta have a male, and vice versa. That's what keeps balance. Even the universe itself has balance. The universe constantly creates and the universe constantly destroys. Just like, for example, when a star is born, it becomes, pretty much just like our sun. The sun one day is going to get even bigger than what it currently is now. And And then once the sun actually dies out, it's going to be one or two things. It's either going to be a little small white dwarf star, even though all the gases and things went into outer space, or it's going to become, well, a black hole, which is, totally death of the sun. So we already know about the black holes. They destroy countless galaxies and planets, stars, you name it. It's really no escaping a black hole. But anyway, enough of all that. Let's get back to what connects us with this, with the spirit. So as far as incarnation, you choose your parents, you choose your life choices, you choose what you gonna be, where, everything. You choose it all while you're on the other side. Once you make those choices, then your spirit guide and your angels guides you right down to the planet Earth. And once you come to this planet, you're gonna of course be in the mother's womb. And while you're in the womb for 8-9 months or whatever, of course, the woman's going to give birth to that baby. And it's very interesting that, when you think about it, even just like the noon, noon, which is primordial waters. When you think about it, even when it come down to the babies come from water, when it's inside the sac. And once that umbilical cord is cut, you basically cutting it away from the other side. So once that happens, you go through these doors. And I'm not necessarily saying like doors, like you walk into a house or whatever. No, I'm metaphorically speaking about the doors. So it's just like, in a sense, okay, I guess you could say like, walking into a house, or if you walk into a mansion, it's many doors. When you go into the first door, that's the door of birth when you're a baby. And then you go into the second door, which will be, when you become a toddler. Then the third door, a kid. Fourth door, you'll become a teenager. Fifth door, you become an adult. And then the sixth door, you become, an elder, a senior citizen. And then, you reach the final door, which you pretty much gonna end up, it's what most people say is death, but it's no such thing as death in the African concept, because death is actually a beginning of something, not an end of something. So once these bodies, these avatars, completely go back to the earth, pretty much just fertilize the planet Gaia, and our spirit, our soul, our energy goes to the other side. And once that energy goes to the other side, depending on how you live this world, whatever choices you made or whatever it was, you pretty much, it's kind of like you marking your own test scars, because when you go to the other side, you got to pretty much see, they're going to show you all the good that you did and all the bad. And it really depends on what you did. So like, let's say, for example, you did more good than the bad. Well, pretty much, you're gonna, you basically raised up your spiritual level. But let's say you did more bad than good. Well, that means that you pretty much gonna have to come back and actually understand, what lessons that you didn't understand before. Now, some people probably like, I don't know about that, but yeah, that's what it is, you know, because it all depends on you as the individual of what choices you make. Because when you really think about it, nobody don't make no choices for you. You make the choices yourself of whatever you do, the good, the bad, or the ugly. You understand what I'm saying? And what else I could say about this? So, yeah, if you do bad, yeah, you'll get reincarnated because your energy is basically gonna go into another soul, well, not soul, another body, which it comes back here. Because I know, you know, a lot of people are like, oh man, you know, when you die, you know, you're gonna go to this real bad place, this, that, and the third. I mean, you know, but I'm gonna just say this here, as far as what I know, it's pretty much that you pretty much got two choices. It's either you're gonna do this or you're gonna do that. You're gonna do good or you're gonna do bad. But like I say, Ma'at and Ishvet is part of our soul. We're both. We're not just good, we're not just bad. Because you could be too good, that could be evil. If you could be too bad, that could also be evil. Now, some people probably don't understand that. Let me explain. If you're too good, like let's say for example, you try to be too righteous, too religious, like a religious snob or whatever. Yeah, that could be bad. But then again, we already know what the latter is. Like if you go out here and hurt somebody or take somebody's life, yeah, that's bad. You know, that's not what we're here for. And it will be consequences once you hit the other side. And the thing is, you know, I wouldn't advise nobody to do anything like that, you know, and try to hurt or harm another creature, human being, or what have you. And whenever you guys get a chance, look up. It's in ancient Egypt. It's called the judgment scene. Where they got Ma'at in the middle, which is pretty much what I showed you guys right here, and how they have the scales, because you know they got on the scale, which Anubis is actually holding the scales. And and that's another thing I need to let you guys know. Don't get it confused and think. Let me see. I think is he on here? I don't know. Nah, I don't see him. But anyway, don't think Anubis is some kind of god or something, because the Africans didn't say, even though Anubis had a dog head or whatever, it's a man with a dog head. No, that's impossible. No, it was actually like concepts and understanding of a human being, of a person. Because just like, for example, they use most of the religious texts as metaphors. Like it's a dog in Egypt called the jackal. And what the jackal does is, once he kills his meat, he buries it in the sand, in the desert sand. And once the sun heats up the meat, and when it's done just right, he unburies the meat, and then he eats the meat so he can digest the meat. So in other words, that's what it's called good judgment. You get what I'm saying? So it's not, a lot of people thinking like, okay, when they think about Anubis is basically some, it was a person with a dog head and all that stuff. No, that's impossible. No. But anyway, I'm gonna bring my family, and I got a new addition to the family, and I'm gonna show y'all on the next part of this video. I'll see you then. All right. Right, guys, I'm back. This is the new little addition to the family. This is my new daughter. Say hey, baby. And I got Brazil, of course.
Hi.
And my beautiful queen, Brandy. Oh, and by the way, this is Zayana.
Oh, I thought
Zayana.
your last name Sky.
Yeah, well, she do got her name is Sky. You know, well, that's her nickname, y'all. But anyway, let me speak. Okay. All right. Little Sky here. You know, or Zayana. She's a blessing from heaven. She's a blessing from heaven. That's what her name means, Zayana. Radiant blessing from heaven, what she is. And pretty much the reason why I wanted to show you guys my family is because this right here, this is basically what this represents as far as the African system. I just say as far as the human system. This right here, which my queen here, which would be feminine energy, and me, which would be this right here at the bottom, which is masculine energy, which is representing the me. So I would be a Sar, she would be a Set, and guess who these two would be? Haru.
Yeah.
So in other words, your basic trinity that a lot of the other religions and things was talking about, you know, this basically is your trinity right here, which is the human family. So in other words, my energy, her energy is gonna create what? These two right here that's gonna be us in the future. Life, exactly. So that's why this symbol right here is very important, guys. Very important. And I love it because it represents life. And that's the only reason I wear this. Some people wear it because they're like, oh man, there's some beautiful jewelry or whatever. But no, it's life. And I guess this little one right here. Hold on. This little one right here. She pretty much, I guess she chose us as when she was going through her little incarnation. And she chose right. So in other words, we learn from the kids learn from us. We learn from each other in order to make ourselves more spiritually better. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Motherland's Realist, and tune in for future episodes where I talk about history and teach us a little bit about culture. And like I said, it's only one race, and it's the human race, people. And this is it. All right, you guys. I'll see y'all on the next video. Peace. Say bye, Zayana.
Say bye.
Peace, guys.
Bye-bye.